the kit on, and I mean, not only that, but when you've got your name on the back as well, suddenly those two worlds of like you being a player and Arsenal as a club come together, and it's like you feel a belonging. I think my first time seeing you was at an Arsenal trial.
Yeah.
And I was really intimidated by you because you were already an Arsenal player, and I was coming in from Millwall, and the Arsenal girls they were intimidating because they were all so good, all in the kit, and to me, like as a youngster, I was like, oh, the kit is so sick. Like, I want to be in that kit.
Did you have like a little headband?
I did. I had a thick sweatband.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Your uncle was a big Arsenal supporter, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was who got me into Arsenal. He got me tickets, so I got to go to Highbury.
Oh,
and
so jealous.
It was amazing. Such an amazing experience. And that was me. I was hooked then. I was an Arsenal fan from then onwards. What about you? Your auntie, right?
My auntie. Our uncles and aunties are doing us
Yeah,
proud.
they are.
No, she was an Arsenal fan, which meant I was an Arsenal fan. She sung the Arsenal chants to me as lullabies. I think we owe a big shout out to the likes of Rachel Yankee, Kelly Smith, Faye White,
Alex Scott.
100%. They're the players who paved the way for us, and I don't think we would be here without them.
I would hang around at the end of games and everything, and it's weird now that the same thing happens.
Roles reversed.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're so open to taking photos, to chatting with people.
And definitely in the women's game as well, I feel like the fans aren't ushered out of the stadium straight away. They stay all around Meadow Park, and you make your rounds and you're able to chat to everyone, which is so good. And obviously they're so good to us, cheering us on all through the 90 minutes, so it's our way of being able to give back.
And your first goal the other day for the women, that's exciting.
No, that was obviously such an amazing feeling, and it was, do you know what I loved so much about it was just everyone else's
reaction.
Yeah, and like you, for example, sprinting, and I was probably the most you sprinted that game
probably was.
to get down and give me this big hug from behind, and I remember thinking, oh yeah, that's what meant so much about it, was just everyone knew how happy I was about it.
I think the fans have been so good. I wish they were there, but I mean, on social media, it's so nice that we get a few messages and a few comments, which is really cool. Arsenal Women India added me on Twitter the other day.
There's an Arsenal Women
we are
Argentina
worldwide.
as well. No,
We're
honestly.
worldwide.
Also, just in general, our fan base is huge on social media platforms as well, and you just feel that. And we have that global fan base, but there's also those hardcore Arsenal fans that are always in the stadium that obviously we've missed this year, but we can't wait to have back. It's exciting, and it's what we have to look forward to, is actually being able to interact with the fans all over again.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Now that we're back home.
Good afternoon and welcome to Meadow Park, the home of Arsenal women, for today's FA Cup fifth round tie between the Gunners and Crystal Palace. It's sure to be an enthralling 90 minutes between the Women's Super League and the Women's Championship sides, but also an emotional one for Joe Montemurro, who takes charge of his 108th and final Arsenal match today. The Australian has set some high standards both on and off the field since arriving on these shores some 3.5 years ago. In fact, under Joe Montemurro, the Gunners have reached 4 domestic finals, lifted a Continental Cup and ended their 7-year wait for a league title, all while playing his trademark brand of fast, attacking football. But the 51-year-old's influence stretches far beyond just those white lines on the field in front of you. Joe Montemurro has led a complete restructure of the club's backroom operations, bringing in sports scientists and technical coaches to play his part in elevating the level of women's football in this country. And in his 3 and a bit seasons in charge, the Australian has been able to do that while always holding the club's values close to his heart, the club that he grew up supporting in Melbourne, his club, Arsenal Football Club. Thank you so much for joining us on Arsenal.com and the Arsenal app for today's live stream of this FA Cup fifth round tie. We're just waiting for the teams to come out in front of us today. Like we said, it is the final opportunity to see Joe Montemurro in the dugout for Arsenal Football Club. A much liked feature around, much liked character, I should say, around the club. For fans, players, staff alike. Whenever he speaks to anyone, he treats them with the utmost respect. And it has been truly heartwarming seeing all of the tributes coming into him this week from those players and from you, of course, the fans. You've been tweeting in your best wishes and your appreciation for the fine work that the Australian has done ever since joining us back in 2017. He's actually been speaking all week about how difficult a decision it's been for him to step away from his position as the Gunners head coach, and also about how much pride he still has when seeing the club's crest underneath his email signature. But I guess one point that he reiterated quite a lot in those pre-match press conferences, the media briefings that he's been giving, is just how much pride he still has taking charge of this team, and despite that he still knows it is the right time to move on. And on May the 31st, he will be given the opportunity to rest, to recharge, and to spend some well-earned time with his family back in Australia. But before he heads back down under, there's time for one final ride here at Meadow Park. And in typical Joe Montemurro fashion, the Australian has named an unorthodox starting 11 for this afternoon's game against Crystal Palace. We'll bring up the team news for you here. And it seems to me as though fullbacks are the theme of the day, with four of them starting alongside each other along Arsenal's back line, ahead of Manu Zinsberger in goal today. Steph Catley is among those, popping up in an unfamiliar centre-back role to make her first start after recovering from a hamstring injury. In midfield, it's the trusted trio of Leah Velti, Danielle Evander-Donk and captain Kim Little. And then up top, you've got Jordan Nobbs and Beth Mead, tasked with providing through balls to another live wire forward in Caitlin Ford. And of course, you'll have noticed that the bench is full of big names too. Viviana Miedemar, Leah Williamson and Katie McCabe are among them. So here come the teams. Firstly, Crystal Palace in their traditional colours, and then Arsenal, you'll notice, are in their away kit this afternoon. The first Arsenal team at the club to wear the new Adidas away kit for the 21-22 season. Full yellow strip. It's Kim Little, as ever, the player, Arsenal's number 10, leading out her teammates here at Meadow Park.
Let's take a listen to the Arsenal starting 11. Goalkeeper Manu Zinsberger. 4, Anna Patton. Number 7, DVD, Daniela van der Donk. Number 8, Jordan Nobbs.
So the final game of the season then. Those eagle-eyed viewers among you will have noticed that it's still only the relatively early stages of this competition due to the coronavirus pandemic and the reshuffling of the fixture schedule. And of course, the Women's Euros taking place this summer. It does mean that the latter stages of this competition will take place when we resume next season. The quarter-final ties taking place at the end of September, semi-finals in October, and then the final will be played on Sunday, December the 5th at Wembley, the date when 100 years ago the FA banned women's football. The idea behind that being to have a major event celebrating the growth of the women's game on a date which represents the lowest ebb of women's football in this country.
And the fourth official is Stacey Pearson.
See from Arsenal now the traditional pre-match huddle, and just in the background there you can probably make out Joe Montemurro with his snood on. It's not the warmest of afternoons in North London. Has been a fair bit of rain as well. Here he comes. Such a likeable figure, as already alluded to. You won't see any negative press around him from any of the journalists, any of the fans who have been fortunate enough to be at any of these games. He even said in his open letter on the Arsenal website this week, sure, there will be people that disagree with his tactical decisions at times, and maybe there were people who thought it was the right time for him to move on, but he's enjoyed every second, and he said unequivocally that every decision that he's made has been with Arsenal's best interests at heart. Just hope that the Arsenal players that we see in front of us are able to give him the send-off that he deserves this afternoon. And how apt that it is one of the players, a compatriot of his, who will look to get us underway today. Caitlin Foord is joined by Danielle van der Donk in the centre circle. So we just get the final checks. From today's match official, Louise Saunders. Both teams take a knee. Reinforce the message that there is no room for racism. And we're underway. Nia Velti immediately out to the left-hand side where Noella Maritz will pick up possession and switch to this right-hand side for Anna Patton. One of the 2 academy players brought back to the club by Joe Montemuro this season. The other one, of course, being her good friend Lotte Wubben-Moy. You'd have seen the 2 of them chatting all about their Arsenal memories in the build-up to this game. They really are living the dream. And also the added benefit of being able to be part of a launch campaign. But for now, Arsenal are in trouble. The flag is up, though. Quite fortunately, from an Arsenal perspective, it was Bianca Baptiste who was racing in behind. She's certainly one of the key players that Arsenal need to be looking out for. One of the leading scorers in the Women's Championship this season. It was a first effort there from Jordan Nobbs. Well within her range. Unfortunately, not able to get the direction on that shot on this occasion. Just a reminder that we are operating with a single camera today, so there will be no replays. All the more reason to pay attention and stop whatever else you're doing to join us for this taste of live football on Arsenal.com and the Arsenal app. Zinsberger out to Anna Patton. Able to carry the ball into the Palace half. Caitlin Foord had made the run over the top, but it might now drop for Mead. It's a nice 1-2 between Mead and Caitlin Foord as well. Well gathered in the end by Chloe Morgan. The Palace goalkeeper choosing to kick long. Arsenal have that one well under control. Naomi Meyer can lay it back to Anna Patton, who in turn goes to Zinsberger. Now Steph Catley, how good is it to see her back out on the pitch, doing what she loves, what she is so good at. Although on that occasion, not quite on the same wavelength as Maritz. It's a Crystal Palace throw-in on the far side. Quick interception by Velti. Free kick 1 on the halfway line by Van der Donk. Catley happy to just play that 1-2 with Velti. She can bring it forward herself. Velti absolutely recognised as one of Arsenal's most important players by Joe Montemuro ahead of this game. Certainly playing the most crucial role in his system for anyone who's been able to watch the Talking Tactics feature that we ran with Joe ahead of kickoff. Said that holding midfield position is essential to the way that he wants his team to play. Just able to keep things ticking over, drop into centre-back if required. There she is again, Belty. To the left-hand side. Jordan Nobbs, who will tuck in from the left wing. Easily switching play. There's another delivery, this time in towards the box. Nobbs goes down. The referee has given a penalty. I don't know whether that was slightly overzealous defending, but Kim Little won't be complaining. She runs to collect the ball. And within 5 minutes, Arsenal handed a real opportunity to get off to a flying start in Joe Montemurro's final game as Arsenal manager. So Kim Little placing the ball on the spot. Up against Chloe Morgan. Of course, Little on target from this position up against Everton, scoring the crucial goal that secured Champions League football for Arsenal. Another opportunity to do it now. Here is Little into the bottom corner, and Arsenal take the early lead in this FA Cup tie. Well, was there really any doubt when Little stepped up? So much composure from the bot, and when she's in those kinds of positions. A warm round of applause from the Arsenal bench as well for their captain, who stepped up and rose to the occasion on that instance there. So Arsenal, 1 goal to the good against Palace. So far, so good for Montemurro. Catley to Maritz. Arsenal keen to get themselves straight back on the front foot again. Here is Little, the goal scorer. And we'll go out and behind, and it is another opportunity for Arsenal to get bodies into the box. Little will walk over to join Beth Mead. There's a short option on here. Crystal Palace haven't really switched on to that danger. 2 hands up here from Beth Mead as she delivers in towards the near post, headed only as far as the edge of the area. Belty's happy to let that one run out of play. If you are just joining us, it's 1-0 here to Arsenal. Kim Little with the goal from the penalty spot after Jordan Nobbs was bundled over in the box. It's been all Arsenal, in truth. Nice one-touch football from the Gunners on the edge of the box. Chance for Meyer to put the ball in. Again, only partially cleared by the Eagles. Mead dictating play at the moment from the right-hand side. It's her ball into Jordan Nobbs, of course, that forced the mistake from the Palace defenders. A nice little touch from Caitlin Ford, looking for the overlapping Nobbs, but just a bit too heavy on that occasion. Arsenal still in possession, though. Little. Gunners keeping the ball so well, just making Palace do all the running at the moment. That's an incisive pass to find Van der Donk. Now here's Meyer on the overlap. They might go one more to Beth Mead. Dangerous delivery, and somehow that one stayed out. Mead has it again. Fionn Morgan can just about scramble that one clear. Patton. Now Ford looking to drop off a bit more as this game goes on. Try and get herself a bit more involved. Belty out to Catley. wasting no time in pushing Arsenal forward in attack on the left-hand side. Good strength there on the left-hand side by Caitlin Foord. Really is becoming much more of a handful for defenders to deal with in England. Did take her a bit of time to settle when she did come over here. Of course, arriving in a very tricky time with the pandemic happening 2 months or so after. She did actually score her first goal in this competition against Lewis back in January 2020. And ever since then, she's really established herself as one of the first names on Joe Montemuro's team sheet. Up to 13 goals in 31 appearances for the Gunners, Caitlin Foord. And it's not as if she's been playing purely as an out-and-out striker like she is this afternoon. She's been moved around to accommodate the other attacking threats that Arsenal boast. Likes of Vivianne Miedema, who is on the bench today, if you're just joining us. Arsenal's bench, coincidentally, Lydia Williams, Leah Williamson, Jill Roord, off the back of making her 50th appearance for the club. Vivianne Miedema, Lotte Wubben-Moy, Katie McCabe and Taya Goldie. Of course, should Jill Roord join the action, be a final glimpse of her in an Arsenal shirt as she prepares to leave for pastures new to join up with Wolfsburg at the end of this season. One-two between the Swiss internationals there, Maritz and Walti, but given away. Clever ball over the top. Bianca Baptiste was in again, spotted the flag had gone up, chose not to go for it on that occasion. That's twice now that Palace's leading goal scorer from last season has been able to find a bit of space behind the Arsenal back line, and if she starts timing these runs a bit better, she might be able to find some joy. There's a bit of a makeshift back four from Montemuro, an experimental one. There is more than enough experience within that back line to perhaps account for the lack of playing time as a unit. Loose from Meyer. Zinsberg is able to retrieve though, and here's Patton. Little able to sweep up and get Arsenal going again. Another switch of play, really nicely taken down by Beth Mead. Little. Belty into Van der Donk, couldn't quite bring it into her stride, but Arsenal will go again with Patton. Beth Mead, look at Leonie Meyer offering the overlap on every occasion. Full of running the Germany international. Instead, Arsenal elect to go to the left-hand side. Give Steph Catley a few more touches of the ball. It's been a very difficult season for Steph Catley. Every time it's looked as though she's been close to making a comeback, she has unfortunately suffered setbacks, whether that's with a hamstring or slight little issues elsewhere. It's so good to see her back on the pitch again. It's just a shame it is the final game of the season. I'm sure that she'll be back to her best condition in time for next season. Here's Little. Out to this right-hand side. Beth Mead delivering into the box. Again, a dangerous ball. Ward couldn't quite adjust. Breaks now for Van der Donk, who's had a swing at it from the edge of the box. A decent effort, well pushed past by Chloe Morgan in goal. Excellent tracking by Van der Donk there as well to win possession back. Here she comes, Arsenal's number 7. Drifting in field now to create that space on the left-hand side for Maritz. Nobbs to Little. Scorer of Arsenal's first goal this afternoon. Meyer, a quick 1-2 off the Palace defender and is able to find Caitlin Ford in the channels. Again, Arsenal just making sure that there's nothing that Bianca Baptiste can lay claim to around the halfway line. Mead again, seeing plenty of the ball as this first half goes on. Now here's Bianca Baptiste. It's a solid challenge by Steph Catley. Really reassuring to see her snap into challenges like that and not feel any effect from it. Here's Velti pushing Arsenal forward now. 1-2 with Beth Mead. Velti's gone for it on her left foot. It's a decent attempt. You can't blame her for taking it on. In recent weeks, in fact, for the majority of this season, we've seen that Leah Velti does not have a weaker foot. The passing stats are almost as good on her left foot as they are on her favoured right. Although with just the one goal in an Arsenal shirt, perhaps you would argue that maybe she shouldn't have taken that shot on. Still, good to see these players full of confidence, willing to try new things. Baptiste can perhaps get in behind Arsenal's back line and slips right at the key moment. And allows Arsenal to recover in time. Nobbs just happy to slow the tempo down a bit, wait for Arsenal to regain their shape. Patton scored one of the goals last time out against Gillingham. And Arsenal managed to hit double figures against the third-tier side. Anna Patton scoring for the first time for the senior side. Started an attack here, which might end with Beth Mead. And it's off the crossbar from an Arsenal player. I did wonder whether Beth Mead could have perhaps taken that shot on herself. Instead, pulling it back rather unselfishly. Not sure who had the final touch from an Arsenal shirt, but Chloe Morgan had to react really well to tip that one onto her crossbar. A decent save from the Eagles goalkeeper. So Beth Mead to deliver again from the right-hand side. Again, it's not the most convincing of clearances from Crystal Palace, and just as before, Leonie Meyer is able to retrieve possession and Arsenal can build from the back again. Little here, dropping deep just inside their own half to pick up the ball. Beth Mead causing all sorts of problems on this right-hand side. At the moment, Palace's defenders don't really know whether she's staying or going, whether she's going to come short or whether she's going to make a run into the channel. You can see from Kim Little peeling off to this right-hand side. She can see that that's where the damage can be done as well. Now, though, plenty of possession on the left for Arsenal. Maritz with the throw-in. Balti there, just a bit of a shimmy from her that we're used to seeing. Snake Hips is her nickname. Arsenal played into the box here, and here's Caitlin Ford with an opportunity to make it 2. It's a good stop by Morgan. And hooked clear, only as far as Walti again. It's an excellent sliding challenge from Steph Catley again. Well, Bianca Baptiste looked to be running clean through into the Arsenal half. Steph Catley, flying sliding challenge, won the ball fairly. And in perfect time as well. And that Palace attack coming immediately after a really good opportunity for Caitlin Ford to double the score. It's an excellent through ball actually that released her in the box. Chloe Morgan managed to narrow the angle, get a vital leg on the shot. Ensure that Palace remain in touching distance with the Gunners. This is a real concern, though, for Bianca Baptiste. As we mentioned, she was the leading goal scorer with 8 goals. She came 4th in the race for the Golden Boot in the FA Women's Championship. That race was won by Kate Wilkinson, who scored 19 in a sensational individual campaign for Sheffield United. I think from the reaction there of the physio who's come on, looks like Baptiste will be able to continue. Maximum of 9 substitutes can be named in the Women's FA Cup. 5 of them can be used. It doesn't look as though Palace are going to be calling on their bench just yet. As Baptiste just gets her breath back and is able to rejoin the action. Which will resume with a throw-in on this left-hand side after Arsenal put the ball out of play. So Siobhan Wilson will give it back to Leonie Meyer. And here we go once more. How high up Zinsberger is. Just goes to show you the direction of the game and just how it's been played out so far. Van der Donk swinging in a deep delivery. Palace will have to get that clearance right. They did just enough to take it away from Jordan Nobbs. Maritz can cross this time from the left-hand side. It's flicked on at the near post, and it's the second goal for Arsenal. And just as she did in the previous round, Daniela Van der Donk rises highest to head home. But that one will not count. Offside flag has gone up against her. Palace will get us back underway. Tell you what, though, she's so good in the air for someone who is so small compared to the other players on this pitch. Van der Donk really can jump. Also very accurate with her headers as well. So it's 2 diagonal balls into the box that have caused Palace the greatest concern so far. First one, of course, forcing the penalty, which Kim Little converted from, and then that one just then with Van der Donk having her header ruled out for offside. Good strength from Beth Mead on this near side, winning a corner kick for her team. For the 3rd or 4th time this afternoon, it is Beth Mead who takes it. I'm not quite sure Kim Little was expecting that one into her feet quite as quickly as she received it then. And keep her shot down and on target. But again, it's another example of the ingenuity from these set-piece routines. Arsenal as a club have been trying plenty of new things actually this season. It's not just the women's team, the men's team as well. We've seen a few clever set pieces from the under-18s and the under-23s as well when we've been able to bring them to you live on Arsenal.com and the Arsenal app. And of course, for additional academy coverage, we do often stream their games over on Twitch as well. Be sure to get involved in that next season. Hoping to bring you much more live football from all around the club. Another long ball aimed towards Caitlin Ford, who was strong in the air. Unable to find Jordan Nobbs on the left-hand side. That's a brilliant pass by Leah Walty, relieving all pressure on her side. It's another diagonal ball in towards the box. Chloe Morgan has a decision to make. Didn't go her way, and somehow Palace have been able to block that one. It looked destined for the net from Jordan Nobbs' boot. Can Arsenal strike while that Palace back line looks to be in a bit of disarray? Here's Patton. Saying actually the Eagles have recovered well. 2 banks of 4 right behind the ball now. Might have been able to make out on the feed there. Beth Mead just shouting at her teammates, it needs to be quick. When we pull them out of position, it needs to be quick. You can see when there was a bit of panic that set in amongst the Palace defenders then. Spaces did begin to open up. Mead perhaps expressing a bit of frustration that the ball wasn't delivered to her a bit quicker. She was open on this right-hand side. Wasn't spotted by a teammate, and then Palace were able to regroup. Has been a very organised defensive showing from the visitors so far. Been a mixed campaign for them though, Crystal Palace. They finished 7th out of 11 in the league. 9 points clear of London Bees, who were relegated to the 3rd tier. Of course, within that league, Leicester City, they won it comfortably. Will be in the WSL next season. It's a well-deserved spot that they'll be taking up as well, especially given the result that they had this afternoon, knocking Manchester United out of the FA Cup. With 2 goals in as many minutes. A very dramatic encounter between the two sides. We're excited to see what they can offer up in the Women's Super League next season. Meyer always looking into the channel. It's Caitlin Ford who's providing the option this time. Trickery from her. And Arsenal will win the corner. Now an opportunity here for Beth Mead once again. Will it be a straight up delivery, or will it be some well worked play on this near side? 2 arms go up, Van der Donk's gone short. Beth Mead goes long towards the box, a few bodies in there. Palace defending in numbers once more. Leon Morgan on this near side, can't bring it into her stride, so Arsenal get to go again. Has been all Arsenal in this game. The ball almost sticking to those yellow kits like a magnet at the moment. Patton to Beth Mead, this time ducking inside before delivering. You could see what she was going for. Caitlin Ford timing her run from deep. Just not enough whip on it from Beth Mead. Palace able to clear through Chloe Morgan. An interesting backstory, Chloe Morgan started her career at Leyton Orient. She had a season with us for our development team in 2014-15, where she won the WSL Development Cup. And then spent 5 years with Spurs before joining Palace last year. Away from football, she's actually a solicitor who specialises in child injuries. Another opportunity there for Arsenal. Beth Mead, the architect, once more. Going short this time. Here's Catley onto her favoured left foot. Nobody's home for Arsenal. So half an hour gone here at Meadow Park. Arsenal very comfortable in possession, dominant on the ball as well. So far, just the one goal to show for it. And it did come from the penalty spot after Jordan Nobbs was bundled over in the box. Kim Little was able to step up and smash into the bottom corner, as we've seen her do on so many occasions in an Arsenal shirt. Should add, actually, that that's Kim Little's 144th goal for the Gunners. Truly incredible tally. It's only rivalled by Viviana Miedema, who sat on 93 in the current ranks. Anyway, here's Daniela van der Donk cutting it back in towards the players arriving. One of them's Jordan Nobbs, forcing a decent stop out of Chloe Morgan. Jordan Nobbs, the highest appearance maker in this current Arsenal team. 2 more appearances than Kim Little. Actually, 227th in an Arsenal shirt, Jordan Nobbs. She's been a really, really huge player for Arsenal, especially in recent years as well, chipping in with some vital goals in big occasions. Speaking of vital goals, Beth Mead trying to get a crucial second here. Just driving that one inches wide of the far post. Good to see her growing into the game, though, as the minutes tick by. Penalty headed up into the air. Palace did have numbers around the ball there, and you can see immediately the plan is to get Bianca Baptiste in behind Arsenal's back line. But again, they timed that well. The Palace striker is judged to be offside. Just a quick look at social media tells you just how much appreciation there has been for this player here, Steph Catley, with her last-minute interventions. Certainly seen the best of the Australians' defensive side of her game today. And hopefully next season, once she is back to full fitness and full match sharpness, we'll be able to see the best of Catley going forward as well, because that left foot on the left-hand side of Arsenal's attack is such a useful weapon to have. There it is there, picking out Kim Little, unable to bring it down under her control. And once more, Palace look for the direct ball over the top. It's well read by Arsenal's back line. Anna Patton on that occasion. Kept in by Maritz. This time Arsenal go more direct. Patton, it was picking out Kim Little. made a forward run of her own, combining with Jordan Nobbs. You can see Marriott's hugging the touchline on the far side if Arsenal can pick her out. Instead, they're playing in tight spaces here before releasing Leonie Meyer in the box. But Chloe Morgan, again, reading the danger very well. Been impressed with the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. Very alert, very fast to come off her line. I think for now, we'll just be happy to take a bit of the sting out of the Arsenal attack. I think Anna Patten will deal with those balls all day long. Very comfortable retrieving it under no pressure, and now Arsenal back on the front foot, although Beth Mead getting in the way of Daniela van der Donk's cross. And van der Donk tried to thread the needle through to Leonie Meyer. She wasn't quite on her toes or able to react to that one quickly enough. Another drop kick aimed downfield. Beth Mead underneath it this time. Wins the free kick, wastes no time getting Arsenal forward. Now van der Donk, again, another early delivery in towards Caitlin Ford, who did so well to adjust her body to get something on that. Now Jordan Nobbs, who might fancy a strike from that sort of range, onto her trusty right foot. Unfortunately blocked by many a Palace player on its way through to goal. Jordan Nobbs, we should add, scores on big occasions. 2013 FA Cup final, the 2015 Continental Cup final, she got 2. Also netted in the 2016 FA Cup penalty shootout against Birmingham. And she's actually won every single trophy that there is to win at club level other than the Champions League. It's the only one that eludes her. Just like at domestic level, the FA Cup is the only trophy to elude Joe Montemurro. Unfortunately, he won't be able to see his side all the way through to Wembley. He'll be able to give them a base to work from with another win today. Elsie again delivering with her left foot. It's well blocked in the end by Hannah Churchill. Still, Wolsey comes forward on the left-hand side. Did really well to hold on to the ball for Arsenal. Now Meyer. Nobbs again drifting in field, switching from left to right. These free rolls that Joe Montemurro appears to have given her and Beth Mead. I find that point quite notable when watching back all of the thank you messages that the players have given to Montemurro. You would have seen on social media this week. Almost every single one of them said, "Thank you so much for giving me so much freedom to play my own football." There are a couple of notable ones in there as well, such as Daniela van der Donk for saying thank you for restoring my love in the game, or words to such extent. Here she is now, van der Donk, looking to catch Morgan off her line. Palace get back really well, and now van der Donk, with a couple of players for company, is forced to go all the way back. Nobbs, Felty. Now Patten. Caitlin Ford popping up on the right wing this time. Given away though by Arsenal, and now look at Siobhan Wilson. Good recovering run though. And again, Leah Felty. Well, she covers so much ground. Really is the sort of player who you don't really notice, and until your attention is on her, you really realise just how valuable she is within this side. Saw her a moment ago breaking down the left-hand side to keep Arsenal going in their attack. And then there, making a lung-busting run back in time to make the interception. What a player Arsenal's number 13 is. Palace this time making the ball stick to Bianca Baptiste. Trying to get numbers forward to support. Fionn Morgan was out on this side. But now with the players out of position, Daniela van der Donk has a bit of a clear route through to the penalty area. That being said, Elizabeth Wolde was across very quickly, but unable to prevent a corner. Beth Mead goes short to van der Donk. Nice footwork from the Netherlands international. She's been pulled down there. Surely that's a penalty. Well, I'm not too sure what the referee this afternoon, Louise Saunders, has seen there. She's penalised Daniela van der Donk for going down perhaps too easily. I'm not sure. From my position, it looked as though Palace defender had plenty of van der Donk's shirt. So just the one penalty for Arsenal so far this afternoon, dispatched by Kim Little inside the opening 5 minutes. We also mentioned that prior to kick-off today, Kim Little was also on duty to present Joe Montemurro with a shirt, his very own Arsenal shirt, saying Montemurro 17-21 on the back to mark the 3.5 years that he has been at the club for. He will be given a special presentation after the match as well, which unfortunately we won't be able to bring you live, as I think it's due to take place an hour or so after full time. But we are hoping to be able to bring you a live interview with the man himself once this game has been concluded. We'll have more on that a bit later. As for now, Arsenal still need to secure their place in the quarter-final, and Palace have been very well organised at the back. Although they've let Beth Mead run through on goal here, and Beth Mead is able to just find the bottom corner and give Arsenal the 2-goal cushion that they so desperately wanted and so richly deserved for their dominance. Well, I guess it's the commentator's curse from a Crystal Palace point of view. Just mentioning how well organised they've been, how well drilled defensively they've been as well. Dean Davenport, the head coach, has clearly spent plenty of time with them on the training ground, making sure that they're shifting from right to left as Arsenal move the ball. But on that occasion, they got sucked in, and it allowed Beth Mead all the time in the world to pick her spot, score a second goal for Arsenal. What's nice at these games with no fans, and of course we do hope that you're able to join us back at Meadow Park as soon as possible, or as soon as the restrictions allow. But what's nice being able to see it behind closed doors is that you can hear the encouragement and the tactical advice that each player is giving one another. Heard it a second ago there. Anna Patten, still relatively young, getting plenty of words of encouragement from Daniela van der Donk. Here she is, Arsenal's Dutch magician. Out to Jordan Nobbs. Really nice bit of play from Kim Little to take it away from 2 defenders. And here she is again on the edge of the box. It's Kim Little. Look at that. She's pulling away from the defenders and unable to be converted at that far post. Caitlin Ford it was who was challenging for the header. Maritz will retrieve the ball. Belty's there as ever to offer her support. Arsenal will work it from left to right and try their luck again on this side. So something that the people who are paying a lot of attention back home will have noticed. Lisa Evans is actually on duty on the PA today, so listen out for those goal shouts as and when they come through, and perhaps even when we find out how many additional minutes are to be played. Here's Caitlin Ford trying her luck with her left foot. You can see her angling her body, trying to aim for that far top corner. Couldn't quite pull it round in time. Yeah, Lisa Evans very much testing out a new career for herself this afternoon on the PA system. Of course, she's still rehabilitating from the Achilles injury that she suffered a couple of months back. Of course, if you are looking for brilliant content, she's been doing a great job keeping us updated on her progress over on We Play Strong. Of course, it's through that we've been able to work out that Anna Patton has become verified on social media. So, of course, the important story of the day is there. Anna has her blue tick. Meanwhile, 2 minutes added on here at Meadow Park. Another ball lofted over the top in towards Van der Donk's path. But again, Chloe Morgan, so quick off her line. Plenty of experience. Reading the game very well. Again, Anna Patton challenging there. I'm really impressed with what we've seen from Patton ever since she re-signed for the club. Get the impression from an Arsenal perspective, players like Anna Patton, like Lotte Wubben-Moy, who've come through their academy and are able to perform at such a high level already. The club do want to hold on to as much as possible. But obviously, when you get the option of going to America, getting that extra experience and the education out there, you're going to take it. And it's her through ball, which has released Kim Little, who crosses into the far post. And Daniela Van der Donk does get a goal. And she made it count with a thumping finish right into the top corner. Well, Kim Little, the architect. We'll just go back to that through ball as well from Anna Patton. Spotting her captain, racing into the channels, and just off screen, Arsenal's defenders all celebrating with Patton for being able to pick that pass from deep. Van der Donk able to get her 45th goal in Arsenal colours, right on the stroke of half-time, to make it Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 0. Well, that is half-time here at Meadow Park, and the players will go back in for their half-time team talks. For Joe Montemurro, I guess his is simple. Much more of the same after that first half. Arsenal getting off to a flying start. Kim Little scoring from the penalty spot after just 5 minutes when Jordan Nobbs was pulled down inside the box. Arsenal were made to wait, though, by Crystal Palace's resolute defending until the 42nd minute when Beth Mead was able to get her name on the score sheet. And then just a few seconds ago, we saw Daniela Van der Donk make it 3-0. A splendid finish right out the top drawer and into the top corner. We'll be back for plenty more action in the second half as we witness the final 45 minutes of Joe Montemuro's tenure as Arsenal boss. But he'll be a happy man here as it goes into half-time. Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 0, and we'll be back after this.
Play.
Thank you, Joe, for everything you've done for me as a player, but also just being one of the best humans I've ever met in football, and to share my dream of becoming a league champion at Arsenal Football Club with a lifelong Gooner like yourself, and in the style that we did it. I will never ever be able to show you how grateful I am for that. So thank you, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Joe, thank you so much for this season. I can't thank you enough for bringing me to a club like Arsenal and finally getting the chance to be coached by you. And now I know of all the good things I've heard, and I just feel extremely grateful to have the opportunity to play under you and play for you.
Hi Joe, I just want to say thank you for the past 2 years. I've always felt really appreciated. I think you're an amazing person, and I truly hope you find your energy and happiness again in football, and I want to wish you all the best.
Hi Joe, first of all, I'm really thankful that you brought me over to England 3 years ago. I think that was a really big step for me, and you gave me the chance to improve in this league, and I really enjoyed working with you. I think we had a great harmony on the field, off the field, and I really appreciate you as a coach and person, and I'm thankful for all you've done for us. So I wish you all the best for the future, and thanks a lot.
Hey Joe, I just wanted to wish you the best in your next and future endeavours. Thank you for bringing me here to the club, experiencing London, experiencing the professionalism of the league and obviously Arsenal. It's been a pleasure, and it's been obviously amazing to work with you again. I just have nothing but praises and thanks and best wishes for even whatever the future holds.
Hey Joe, just want to say thank you so much for our time together at Arsenal. I know I was injured through most of it, so we didn't get to spend the time together on the field like I would have liked, and but I still feel like I was able to learn so much from you as a person and as a player. So thank you so much for our time together. So all the best in the future, and whatever it is that you go on to, I'm sure you'll go on and do amazing.
I'm not going to hold it too long. You guys are going to kill me.
Coach and a very special person.
Wow.
Can't thank you enough, Joe, for having faith in me and giving me my first professional contract here at the Arsenal. It means so much. Even in the short time I've spent with you, I've learned so much, and I really wish you all the best in the future.
Hey Joe, I just want to say a very big thank you for giving me the big opportunity to come here to Arsenal and have my first professional contract. I also want to say a very big thank you just for having the faith in me and trusting me, and I was able to learn so much from you this year, and I really appreciated every minute with you.
Hi Joe, I hope you're well. Just wanted to say thanks so much for everything that you've done for me throughout my career at Arsenal. You've brought me to a new level as a player, and I wish you and your family all the best for the future.
Thank you, Joe, for everything over the last few years, for making me a better player and person. And you're such a good guy, and I wish you and the family all the best. Ciao.
Hey Joe, I just want to say thank you for everything you have done for us. I really enjoyed having you as a coach, even though we had a tough season with a lot of up and downs, but I had a great time with you. And I love your style of playing football, and you're not only a good manager but also a great person, so stay the way you are, open, warm, positive, always in a good mood, and keep your quiet and calm nature. And I wish you only the best for the future, and I definitely will also miss you as a partner at table tennis or football tennis. But our trophy will always remind me to our victory. Bye bye.
Joe, I know it was a short amount of time that I was lucky enough to work with you, but thank you so much for instilling the confidence in me to give me the opportunity to play. I can't thank you enough. You're the perfect mixture of passion, confidence, freedom, and your legacy will definitely live on at the club. We're going to miss you, and best of luck for the future.
Thanks.
Hi Joe, I just want to say thank you for everything that you brought to the team, to Arsenal, and especially to myself. You gave me back my happiness on the pitch, my freedom, and I'll always be grateful and thankful for that. So I'll take it with me for the rest of my career, and I hope that we cross paths again, and I hope to see you soon. I'll miss you.
Hi Joe, thank you for everything. Just wanted to say thank you for making me a better player and person, and just wanted to wish you all the best for whatever is next.
Hey Joe, thank you so much for this amazing season. I had an unbelievable time, and I wish you all the best for your future.
Hey Joe, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to play with so much freedom, all our amazing football chats, and I hope you get a bit of time to switch off, spend some time with your family, and I hope you get to be back on the football pitch very soon.
Wow.
Hi Joe, good luck with the future, with you, Linda, the rest of the family. I wish you all the luck and love in the world. It's been fab to get to know you as a person and as a manager. I remember when you first came in, you told me I was going to be playing right back. I was like, Joe, what's going on, mate? Never going to happen. But we made it work. We played a specific brand of football that the club loves, that we all know and love. And yeah, you're a really special guy and a special manager. And I want to thank you for all the good times that we've had. And yeah, I most definitely, if I ever become a coach, will be stealing the style rules blueprint. I'll be copywriting your name on, but yeah, thank you so much, and you've got a massive heart, and like I said, I wish you and the family all the best.
Hey Joe, thanks for being such a great coach to me, but even a better person. I've learned so many things from you, and I wish you all the best for your next chapter, but all in all, stay healthy.
Hi Joe, I just want to thank you for everything you've done for me over the last few years. A big thank you for bringing me back to the club and investing your trust in me. Yeah, and I guess standing by me for the last few seasons. I've loved every minute of playing for you. I've learned so much, and yeah, thank you and good luck for the rest of the future.
Take this thing away, please. That's incredible. That's incredible. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Welcome back to Meadow Park, and as much as he perhaps wouldn't want it to be, that is the man who is certainly centre spotlight at the moment, centre stage, as his side carry a 3-goal advantage into the second half of this FA Cup 5th round tie against Crystal Palace. Not affording himself any time to rest while he's on the job, Joe. Straight out here at half-time, plotting for the second half while his team get themselves sorted in the dressing room, ready to come out and attack the Eagles in the same way that they did in the first half. Really does leave no stone unturned, the Australian. Even so much as making sure Leah Williamson is briefed for her second half appearance. It must really help, I suppose, when you're managing at this level, having players like Katie McCabe in front or at the bottom of your shot there, and also Leah Williamson on the bench. And these are experienced internationals, also Viviana Miedema as well, haven't even mentioned her. When you're able to just call on them when your side's 3-0 up, it's an absolute dream scenario. And it does look like Arsenal will be making some changes. Perhaps we might see some from Crystal Palace as well as the visitors head out ready for the second half. It looks like it might be a double change for Arsenal. Katie and Leah both coming on. And again, if you are just joining us, Arsenal are wearing their away kit today. They're all in yellow. It's the new Adidas away kit for the 21-22 season. They are the first team within the club to wear it, Arsenal women. See the men's side wearing it again against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park on Wednesday evening. If for whatever reason you managed to miss that first 45 minutes and you're just joining us, then thank you for joining us firstly, and secondly we should probably catch you up on what's been going on. So the first half, Arsenal stormed into an early lead thanks to Kim Little slotting home from the penalty spot. Beth Mead and Daniela van der Donk were also on target as Arsenal managed to get a foot into the FA Cup quarter-finals. The two expected changes then. It's Katie McCabe coming onto the pitch for captain Kim Little. Presumably means that Jordan Nobbs will be given the armband and Leah Welty will be given a well-earned rest as Leah Williamson comes into the fray. So perhaps a midfield role for Williamson now. Or maybe we'll see that back line completely reshuffle with the introduction of Katie McCabe. It's the Joe Montemuro side, so I expect he'll keep us guessing right until the moment where we see them get into their positions for the restart. So early signs that Katie McCabe's going to be playing in a more advanced position. There have been plenty of calls from Arsenal fans this season to see her playing more in the attacking third. She's going to be supported at fullback by Noelle Maritz on this near side. Doesn't look like there will be any changes just yet for Crystal Palace. So the same 11 has started the game for them. 2 changes from Arsenal. Kim Little and Leah Welty both being replaced in midfield. So Jordan Nobbs, as expected, does move more central. Palace can get us back underway. Nice play by Amber Stobbs. And look at this, they're in behind with Bianca Baptiste. Real chance now for Palace to perhaps carve out their first real opportunity. Baptiste cross isn't good enough. Straight at Manuela Zinsberger. who happily pats that one down. Sends Arsenal forward. Interesting to see there just how easily Palace are able to catch Arsenal off guard. There's an opportunity for them to come forward, though. It's Katie McCabe. Well, that's her first touch. You can see just how lethal that left foot is. Picking out Caitlin Ford inside the area. Couldn't keep her attempt down. I'll tell you what, Katie McCabe, what an excellent season she's had. She very nearly picked up another assist, fresh off the back of breaking the Women's Super League record for number of assists in a single season. She looks set to continue that run in the FA Cup. I'm sure that won't be the last that we see of her popping up in those sorts of positions, though. Here's Marrett, who, of course, with her introduction into the starting 11 at left back, means that McCabe has been able to go a bit further forward. And perhaps get Arsenal on the score sheet once more. It's a position that she occupies for the Republic of Ireland when they're not playing their usual three at the back. Katie McCabe typically operates as a wing-back. She can also play at number 10 as well. The sort of player that Joe Montemuro loves having in his squad, just because of how versatile they are, how much of an appreciation they have of every position on the pitch. Certainly a player that fits in so well with his philosophy and mindset when playing football. Speaking of players who are out of position, here's Steph Catley, makeshift centre-back on her first Arsenal start in quite some time. Now, Jordan Nobbs, it might sit up perfectly for her. It's deflected behind for a corner. But there's one thing that you don't want to be doing when Jordan Nobbs is in those positions. It's backing off her and allowing a free shot on goal. So McCabe dinking one into the box. Not really dealt with by Crystal Palace. It's flicked on at the near post by Daniela van der Donk. We mentioned just how useful she is in the air, actually, in the first half when she had a goal disallowed. On that occasion, she was the player looking to play a sister. So this time, Beth Mead will run over to take it. You do wonder whether this is going to be an in-swinger from the left-hand side. A very reliable right boot. Instead, it goes short. Catley to deliver from a better angle in towards the far post. Palace have done well to get that one clear from just inside their own 6-yard box. Now Mead. McCabe. Bit of a shimmy from Daniela van der Donk to try and shrug off her marker. Annabelle Johnson wasn't going anywhere though, so Arsenal forced backwards. Only to go forward once more. Here's Steph Catley popping up in a more familiar position for her. Might break to the edge of the box, but Arsenal don't have any yellow shirts there. Amber Stobbs can try and get her team driving downfield. She does eventually win a free kick off Leonie Meyer. Arsenal take quickly. Caitlin Ford laying it into the path of Williamson. Now McCabe. Field for Bianca Baptiste, but she's been so well marshalled by Anna Patton throughout this game. Baptiste is a really quick striker. Probably in a straight-up race, she'd beat Anna Patton. But Patton's positional sense and just the way that she's been able to get her body in the way has meant that she's come on top in the one-on-one duel so far. The false alarm there for Daniela van der Donk looking to play the ball through to Maritz, who hadn't actually continued her run. So Palace do get a goal kick. Jordan Nobbs it was underneath that one. Van der Donk it was who won the free kick. It was Elizabeth Waldy actually who was making sure that Van der Donk couldn't jump on that occasion. Here we go. This is where we do see the true pace of this Palace front line. Manuela Zinsberger, oh, she's got some rockets in her boot as well. Racing off the line. Out a goal and clearing downfield. It very nearly turned into a nice through ball for Arsenal's forward players. Just cleared to safety right in front of Joe Montemuro. Really nice dummy from Beth Mead to get away from her marker. Now drops in a couple of step overs before delivering again. It will be another corner for Arsenal. To say thank you to everyone who is tuning in and showing support for the stream as well. Really do appreciate you taking the time out on a Sunday afternoon to join us for this Women's FA Cup game. So good to be able to bring you live football matches on Arsenal.com. It's great that you're enjoying the game as much as I am as well. He's hoping we can bring you some more goals. Leonie Meyer it is who's tasked with chasing that ball into the right channel. Settles for a corner though. Arsenal goes short. Mead. Catley again floating one in towards the back post. Caitlin Ford making that run again. We've seen that so many times throughout this game. Seems like a very clear game plan. Might become a bit of a trademark run actually for Caitlin Ford if she continues with her attacking movement like that, just able to pop up at the far post. Run off the shoulder of her marker, almost blindside the defender in arriving in that space late on. So far in this game, she's not had the luck of the bounce or the perfectly weighted delivery. Still plenty of time, though, to get herself on the score sheet to join the likes of Kim Little, Beth Mead and Daniela van der Donk this afternoon. There's Catley. Here is Ford. Beth Mead, you've got Leo Meyer steaming forward on the right-hand side. Mead went for the near-post delivery. It's headed behind really well by Elizabeth Waldy. Only at the expense of another Arsenal corner, so I reckon we must be in double figures for Arsenal set pieces by now. Beth Mead, I think, has taken the vast majority of them. To no effect just yet. Arsenal do have some new faces on the pitch now. One of them has run over to take this one short with Mead in the form of Katie McCabe. His right arm goes up and left foot delivers in towards Patton, headed in at the near post. Glancing it on for a teammate, no one had gambled. Now Jordan Nobbs can whip that one back in. Williamson's still up there. Again, Palace clear. Meyer for the onrushing Williamson. Trying to send in a low delivery while she was twisting her body round to try and collect the ball. Again, nobody home for Arsenal, but they'll keep going. And Crystal Palace are just happy for Arsenal to have the ball in these deeper positions without troubling the 18-yard box. But Arsenal, when you have players like Caitlin Ford, always have the quality of forcing an opportunity. And there might be another one here. Maritz in towards the path of Daniela van der Donk. Narrows the angle. A good stop by Chloe Morgan. Meyer trying to exchange passes on the edge of the area. Another crunching challenge from Steph Catley. You wouldn't believe she's just come back from injury, the way that she's putting her body around today. You can tell just how much she's missed being back out there on the pitch. Might open up, actually, for her to have a dig here. Instead, she goes into Maritz. Able to deliver from the left-hand side. It's another corner for Arsenal. Another opportunity to whip in a dangerous ball. But for now, Montemuro will ring the changes once more. So, Daniela van der Donk it is, who makes way first. It looks as though Beth Mead might be joining her as well. Jill Roord coming on for van der Donk. And then if you're a Palace defender, I'm not really sure that you want to be looking up and seeing this. With Beth Mead going off, you think your job's done. And on comes Viviana Miedema. Meanwhile, that's the end of Hannah Churchill's afternoon for Crystal Palace. She'll be replaced by Andrea Georgiou.
Hannah being replaced by number 15, Andrea Georgiou.
Just over half an hour to go. Arsenal bring on their two prolific Dutch players this season, Jill Roord and Viviana Miedema. Real test of this defensive resolve that the Eagles have offered up throughout this 90 minutes. Jill Roord's first involvement will be to be pulled up for a handball in the box. Bit of time for Palace to collect themselves. It has been 12 minutes of constant pressure from Arsenal. Just as it was almost 45 minutes of constant pressure from the Gunners in the first half. Chloe Morgan can send this one long. And a pattern again underneath it. She's been really commanding from centre-back in this game. Caitlin Ford can look for Katie McCabe on this near side. McCabe to Maritz. Now Steph Catley. It's a clever flick from Jordan Nobbs. Jill Roord had made the overlapping run. So used to seeing her make the late run into the box. Popping up in there and then firing away a quick shot. Wasn't able to get the opportunity that time. Good defending by Palace. Likewise with Arsenal as well. Williamson and Anna Patton. Two academy graduates now shielding the Arsenal goal. Another decent looking cross into the box. Maritz might get there at the far post. Viviana Miedema was underneath the ball. It was cleared away from her. Unfortunately, on this near side, Kirsty Barton wasn't able to bring it into her stride. Miedema showing excellent ball control. Almost seems to operate in her own time zone, Viviana Miedema at times. Never really looks like she's under any pressure when she's in command of the ball. Just like that, Arsenal have another corner. So as we were building up to this game, we mentioned about it being Joe Montemuro's final match. It's also Jill Roord's final game in an Arsenal shirt. She's just loitering right next to Katie McCabe on this corner. She'll be keen to go out with a bang as well, Jill Roord. Delivered away from her though. Miedema is looking to pounce at the far post. Palace taking no risks. Smashing clear. As the clock ticks into the hour mark. Still Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 0. All the goals scored in the first half. While Arsenal have dominated possession in the second, they're yet to carve out a clear-cut opportunity. Really nice defensive work from Leah Williamson. I know I say it every time that Palace come forward, the pace of Bianca Baptiste and the way that Palace are looking to build up in an attacking sense is to play the ball into the channels. Well, Arsenal's defenders have risen to that challenge, even though they might not carry the same amount of pace as Baptiste. They've kept her relatively quiet so far. Lita Rutherford. It's another challenge by Steph Catley. A firm one as well. Ball bounces back in towards Miedemar's path and just about cleared at the far post before Caitlin Ford can take it into her stride. A vital interception. Which means that Arsenal do have a throw-in on this near side. Swung in by McCabe. Now here is Caitlin Ford, unable to find space for a shot of her own. So plays it to Jordan Nobbs, who doesn't need a second invitation. The shot was blocked. She went to deliver instead. Miedemar looking to take it into her stride, and then it's rifled into the bottom corner by Noelle Maritz. You can tell from the expression on her face that she wasn't expecting to pop up into that sort of position. I'm not sure that she would have ever connected with a ball quite as cleanly as she did just then. Absolutely smashed that one into the corner. And Arsenal take a 4-goal advantage into the last half hour or so here at Meadow Park. Of course, on the day where it's all about it being Joe Montemurro's final match, Jill Roord's final match, we've seen a first goal for Noelle Maritz. The end of one thing, the beginning of another, perhaps. We might see a cheeky little goal-scoring run from Arsenal's number 16.
Being replaced by 23, Ashley Goddard.
Ashley Goddard coming on.
Lita Rutherford. Being replaced by number 5, Georgia Clifford.
Georgia Clifford as well, as Lita Rutherford leaves the field as well. And now Palace can get us back underway. So Arsenal 4 goals to the good. Noelle Maritz the latest to register her name on the score sheet for the very first time in Arsenal colours. Goal it was as well. Tell you what, it's almost testament to Joe Montemurro that I couldn't really tell you what formation his side are playing at the moment. I think Anna Patton's moved out to right back, but the way that Maritz is coming forward on the left almost implies that she's operating further forward. Anyway, Arsenal can come again. Here's Meyer, of course, still on the pitch, so perhaps it's gone 3 at the back for Arsenal. Who knows? But she's tried her luck as well. Maritz, Meyer, I should say, another player without a goal to her name in Arsenal colours. Thought, do you know what? Why not? If Maritz can do it, I'll try my luck as well. Just not quite dipping in time. And it will go behind for a goal kick. Myers underneath that clearance as well. And Maritz just wants to get on the ball as much as possible, you think. Full of confidence after that rasping strike. Overlapping for Katie McCabe, who's gone back inside to Jordan Nobbs. Now Jill Roord. Almost seems at times like Maritz is floating attacking midfielder. She's been everywhere in this second half. Here's Ford driving in from deep on that right-hand side. Ball might break for Meyer again. Williamson had to be quick there with her feet and her thinking to find Catley. Being allowed to run towards the box unchallenged. Couldn't thread a ball through for Katie McCabe in the end, but Arsenal still have it with Roord. Now Ford. Nobbs, Miedema still yet to get into the box. She's timing her run from late. It's a rasping drive again, this time from Jill Roord. Well, that was almost out of nothing. Picking up the ball, getting it out of her feet, and then smashing off the underside of the bar. Arsenal so close to scoring a 5th goal. Oh, Roord almost getting the perfect send-off as well. What a goal that would have been. Maybe. It might have looked for a second there like Bianca Baptiste was finally going to get the better of Anna Patton. Who's there? Another one of Arsenal's very own, Leah Williamson. McCabe, 1-2 with Roord. Now Williamson again. Anna Patton again. Looking really composed, a really mature performance from her. Now here's Miedema, who, ever since she's been on the field for about 5 minutes, we've not said her name too much, so it's only natural that she drops off to get herself on the ball and involved in the action. She'll be keen to add to her 93 goals for Arsenal. Triple figures looming for the Netherlands' all-time record goal scorer. Nobbs into Roord. Really nice footwork from her. Deflected over the crossbar. Well, she's really up for it, Jill Roord. Of course, scored a first half hat-trick in the previous round against Gillingham. Certainly a player who knows where the goal is. Also, actually, throughout her entire spell at Arsenal, Jill Roord, I've been really impressed with just how well she's been able to adapt to various different midfield roles. Montemurro has asked a lot of her, whether that's been to shield the back four, to play as a number 10, more box-to-box. She's always provided plenty of energy. And in more recent seasons, clinical finishing as well. She actually only missed one of our 30 games last season, Jill Roord. She was such a consistent performer. Unfortunately, she won't get the opportunity to lift the FA Cup should Arsenal go all the way. Of course, the quarterfinals not taking place until next season. They're in September. Semi-finals in October, and then the final will be played on December the 5th at Wembley. Jill Roord won't be an Arsenal player by then, unfortunately. She'll be at Wolfsburg, which means she'll miss the opportunity to add the FA Cup trophy to what is already glittering trophy cabinet. Includes the Women's European Championship, 4 Eredivisie titles, more than 60 Netherlands caps as well. We're sure she'll go on and achieve great things back in Germany. Here's Caitlin Ford, finally able to get into the box and find Jordan Nobbs, who curls home quite excellently inside the box to make it 5-0. And that's all she needs, really, Jordan Nobbs. Just a minor sight at goal. You can tell she's going to wrap her right boot around it. Beat the goalkeeper, especially from that sort of range. I'll just let you appreciate that goal shout from Lisa Evans before we see the introduction of another academy product. It's Taya Goldie coming on for Steph Catley. So Catley with 70 minutes in the bank to add to the minutes that she accrued against Aston Villa last time out. An opportunity for young Taya Goldie has come into this side, pick up some more valuable first-team minutes. Still only 16, the young English defender. She'll slot in on the right side of Arsenal's defence, alongside Williamson, who you imagine will just coach her through the game as much as she can. Here's Miedema, running into the channels, getting a nutmeg off as well, before playing it out of play. Not quite out of play. She's asking for the ball to be sent out of play because she looks like she's in quite a bit of pain. Not sure whether that was a collision as she went to nutmeg the Palace defender, Lizzie Waldy. Certainly no intent, but it is a minor concern for Arsenal, a minor concern for the Netherlands as well. Every time Miedema goes down like this, hoping it's just a slight knock, one that she's able to run off. Miedema, another player who has been so integral to Joe Montemurro ever since he arrived as the first team head coach back in 2017. She was actually the player who scored the winning goal as he secured his first trophy, the 2018 Continental Cup. Chested it down and slamming it into the back of the net on that occasion. And what an occasion it was. Those who have watched Joe Montemurro's Moments That Matters piece will be able to tell you just how much he enjoyed that and how much it helped him install his philosophy in these players, giving them the confidence of all of the style rules that he was due to introduce to the team. Of course, he followed that up by winning the league in swashbuckling style the following season. So imagine if that trophy gave them confidence, then the next one surely would have done them a world of good. He also said that he was gutted when the following season, the last campaign, was cut short because of the pandemic. He said that Arsenal were playing even better football than they did during their title-winning campaign. She predicted that they would go on to achieve even bigger things than what they did in that 2018-19 season. Unfortunately, the season did grind to a halt and robbed them of that opportunity. So Miedema hobbles back onto the pitch. That's a good sign. Not that she's hobbling, but that she is able to continue. There's Meyer. Nice touch from Jordan Nobbs. Maritz again combining with Roord. She's going to keep going here, Jill Roord. Passing through wave after wave of challenge. Before eventually picking out Katie McCabe on this near side. Goldie finding Miedema. Seeing plenty of the ball, the teenager, since coming on. And of course make her debut against Gillingham last time out. She stayed in the Gunners' elite sporting bubble ever since, so it does mean that she has been heavily involved in first team squads. Whether that means she's been playing or whether she's been an unused substitute, that level of experience will no doubt help her going forward.
Substitution, Amber Stobbs.
An opportunity now for Amber Stobbs to be replaced by Sherelle Cassell. Sherelle Cassau, another one who's had an interesting journey in the women's game. She's actually got more than 20 Republic of Ireland caps, so is a player that Katie McCabe will know very well. She was actually born on the Isle of Wight, started her career at Portsmouth, then spent some time with the Arsenal Academy, before going back to Ireland to play for Waterford-based side Benfica, not the one in Portugal. Then went to America to play Santa Clarita, LA, back to Ireland for Wexford, then Brighton, then Lewis, before reaching the FA Cup quarter-final with Chichester when they were knocked out by Liverpool. So she does have pedigree in this competition. Unfortunately, I don't know how much she'll be able to influence the full-time result here, given that she does enter the field with her side 5 goals down. She'll certainly try to make an impact. Maritz. 1-2 with Katie McCabe. Miedema just dropping off again. Arsenal not committing too many bodies forward. Still got 15 minutes or so to play here. It's been a professional performance from the Gunners, patient, probing. And when they've had their chances like this one, they've taken them. And just like that, Vivianne Miedema, who's just about managing to hobble back to her feet, has got the ball in the back of the net for a 6th time for Arsenal. It was an excellent delivery from the right-hand side. You can tell from the excitement of Lisa Evans that she enjoyed that one. It's a 94th goal for Arsenal for Vivianne Miedema. It's almost like she's doing it on one leg in this game. Still hobbling after that earlier challenge. Just about makes it back to the halfway line in time. And Arsenal are back underway. So even when injured, Miedema still finds a way of popping up in the box at the right time to head in a 6th goal for Arsenal this afternoon. Incredibly gifted player that Arsenal do have among their ranks. And here's another one, Katie McCabe, first time delivery towards the far post. Caitlin Ford is still sniffing around, even at this late stage. She's been so unlucky to get her name on the score sheet. Baptiste going up against Patton once more. Patton again coming out on top. So Palace take their time over the throw-in and then waste it. It's a clever flick by Miedema. Look at the vision to find Katie McCabe, who was scurrying forward on this left-hand side. Jill Roord's up there in support. Don't think Miedema is going to be able to carry on her run into the box. Roord settles for a corner. Just over 10 minutes to go here. Katie McCabe lining up to delivery towards the near post. Leonie Meyer is staying up the pitch. Again, we are unsure of the formation that Montemuro is playing at the moment. He spoke pretty passionately, actually, in his Talking Tactics piece that can be found on the Arsenal YouTube page, all about how he doesn't believe too much in the formation. He said it's roughly a 4-3-3 every time, but it has to be so fluid, and the players really need an appreciation of the space rather than the formation. I really do urge you to check that out. It's a fascinating insight into the mind of the man who, of course, made that team 2018-2019 league champions. Really see as well, actually, Let's give you a peek behind the curtain. When we were filming that piece, relatively zero input required from our producer. Let's just put a camera on Joe and just let him talk, and he could talk about that for absolutely hours, as long as he's got the tactics board next to him with all his magnets. Here's Nobbs delivering far post again. Miedema was lurking once more. Still not moving freely, Vivianne Miedema.
Today's Arsenal Women's Supporters Club Player of the Match, Arsenal manager Joe Montemurro.
It's a lovely touch, actually, from Arsenal Women's official supporters club, awarding their man of the match to Joe Montemurro. It's a very, very popular figure among their fans. He always has time to stop and chat with the supporters club, as he does any other fan, but he mentioned in his open letter all about how he's come to recognise the same faces that travel to each game, and that he's able to talk to at the end of every match. Said it's more about connecting with the person rather than the fan, and he's really appreciated all the support that he's been given from, well, so consistently, I should say, from the same faces over the 3 and a bit years that he's been here. Well, here's Ffion Morgan delivering. Manuela Zinsberger is able to claim that quite easily for her first touch in, it's been about 15 minutes or so, I think. Zinsberger. Arsenal keeping Palace pegged back on the back foot. Shouldn't do them a disservice, the Eagles. They've come here with a game plan, and for 40 or so minutes they executed it to perfection. They were there to set up defensively and frustrate the Gunners. They knew all about the Arsenal attacking threat. They were doing really, really well at making sure any space was filled very quickly, and the Gunners weren't allowed to create that final pass, that extra bit of magic to break them down. And then Beth Mead popped up at the back post to double Arsenal's lead and take the game away from the visitors. And from then on, it's been all Arsenal. Just a reminder, with about 7 minutes or so of normal time to go, we will be doing our best to hear from Joe Montemurro live straight after the game, or as close to it as possible. Yeah, does, of course, have other media commitments to do. I'm sure he'll want to speak to his squad as well at full time, it being such an emotional occasion. So please do bear with us if you do stick onto the... you do stick with us on the stream, I should say. We will get there eventually. I'll bring you all of the thoughts from Joe and our pitchside reporter, Aidan Small. Maybe an opportunity here for Arsenal to get a 7th. Caitlin Ford continues her run into the box. The ball's just not broken for her today. So unlucky, but she's so tenacious in her running and in her work rate as well that she's not going to give up. She'll keep going. Popping up in the far side of the box again as Arsenal work this one on the edge of the area. Here's Jordan Nobbs lining up a shot before opting to find Leonie Meyer. Only partially cleared, will be retrieved by Taya Goldie. And towards Ford's feet. On 2 occasions, Lizzie Waldy with crunching challenges on the Australian to win the ball back. Given away by Chloe Morgan. Here's Ford. McCabe coming into more of a central position from her left flank. And delivered deep again. There's Miedema. Moving a bit better now. Crossing into the far post. And there's Jill Roord. And it's a perfect send-off for her. Getting Arsenal's 7th. Plenty of time after being picked out by Vivianne Miedema. You see her teammates all wanted to give her the perfect farewell, including Lisa Evans. Very popular figure in the dressing room. Very popular figure among fans as well. Known for her dancing. As we see just there. So Jill Roord, as it stands, signs off with 51 appearances for Arsenal, 16 goals. That's 16 goals. Includes 3 hat-tricks. So, on paper, may not look too great a contribution from a goal-scoring perspective, but when you do consider Jill's been moved around, she's made a number of those appearances off the bench, and then also she's scored so many in quick succession. She's been a wonderful servant to this football club, and we do really wish her the very best as she heads back to Germany for the next stage of her career. Here's Patton, this time popping up on the left-hand side. Well, I think Anna Patton's probably played in every single position across the back line this afternoon. Really, really excited about her development going forward, as we are about Lotte Wubben-Moy as well. That delivery just a bit behind Katie McCabe. Miedema onto her right foot. Now Roord again. You can hear Jordan Nobbs screaming instructions there on the pitch. Ford delivers. Not entirely cleared by the Eagles. McCabe onto her favoured left foot. Look at the pace of McCabe. Able to get round her marker and tee it up in the area for a second goal for Noelle Maritz, who I don't think can believe her luck at this stage. She came into the game, actually, Noelle Maritz, having made 16 appearances for our first team, not scoring a goal. She's now got 2 goals to her name on her 17th appearance. So well done to Noelle. We're still not entirely sure which position she's she's lining up in this afternoon, but she does keep finding her way into the box, and she's been clinical each time that she's been hovering around there. So 8-0 to Arsenal. Just under 2 minutes to play before we find out just how long is left and stoppage time. Jill Roord goes for goal with a low effort. Arsenal will win a corner kick from it. Katie McCabe sprinting across to get Arsenal to potentially clock up double figures again for a second round in a row. Might be too little too late for Arsenal, but it won't be for a lack of trying. Here's Ford delivering from deep. Meyer was underneath it. I think that's going to be a free kick just on the edge of the area. Arsenal's players will be queuing up to take this one. Maritz, look, I'm not sure I've seen her take a free kick before, but with 2 goals to her name, she quite clearly fancies this one. She'll do well to get the ball off Katie McCabe, who's been very, very quick to claim it. I think that's about as close to the edge of the area as you could possibly be without getting or being awarded a penalty. plenty in the wall for Crystal Palace. Just seeing a 6th player join, but it's not going to stop that ferocious effort from Katie McCabe. Absolutely no stopping that one. Arsenal 9, Crystal Palace 0. Thanks, Lisa Evans. Couldn't have said that one any better if I tried. Carving out a bit of a niche for herself there, Lisa, on the PA announcement. So we're into the 2nd minute of 4 added on at the end of this game. Just a reminder, if you stick with us, we will be bringing you live reaction from Joe Montemurro. As alluded to a few moments ago, it might take a bit longer as he has other media duties to fulfill, and obviously he'll want a chance to speak to his squad as well. We'll do our best to get that to you as soon as possible. You just you bear with us and you're happy to listen to me talk for a few more minutes. Must admit, I felt a bit lost without Jen Beattie on this game. But word is that she's recovering from her surgery really well. And although she will be missing out on the Euros over the summer, already looking forward to getting back on the pitch next season. So our best wishes with you, Jen. Sorry that you weren't able to join us again today, but obviously football is the focus. We're wishing you the very best in your recovery from injury. Vivianne Miedema still hobbling around as she counts down the seconds towards the full-time whistle when she's allowed to just sit down, I think. It didn't actually stop her from getting her name on the score sheet when she scored Arsenal's 7th. Williamson. Been a very quiet afternoon for her. Delivered in by Goldie. It's a decent looking ball, actually. Leonie Meyer, who we weren't expecting to pop up in that position, was the player underneath it. Ball is cleared out by Chloe Morgan. Excellent challenge from Arsenal's youngster, Taya Goldie. He'll be growing in confidence game by game. She continues to get these first team minutes under her belt. Gilroyd into the path of Jordan Nobbs. Perhaps a chance for Arsenal to get forward one final time, just as they did against Gillingham. To make it 10. There's a really nice ball over the top. The offside flag has gone up. I'm going to be biased here and say, from my position, I thought that had been timed to perfection from Katie McCabe, but our angle was perhaps a bit deceptive. The decision stands, and that will be the final kick of this game. And for the final time, Joe Montemurro shakes the hands of his Arsenal backroom staff. It's been an emotional afternoon for him. I'm just going to let the pictures do the talking for a few moments here, because he's not a man who shows a lot of emotion, but I'm sure that he's going to be feeling this moment right here.
Full time here at Meadow Park, Arsenal 9, Crystal Palace 0. Thank you all for your cooperation this season. Hope you have a safe journey home. Good evening from the Arsenal.
A lovely moment between Arsenal's two departing members. I'm not meaning to freak out any Arsenal fans watching there who just saw him hug Katie McCabe. She's not going anywhere. When he hugged Jill Roord, the two of them saying farewell to Arsenal for the final time. Joe was able to just head over to his squad and just enjoy the moment a bit more. But for now, we've seen an absolutely dominant Arsenal side. Hit 9 goals past second-tier Crystal Palace. Give Joe Montemurro the send-off that he very much deserves. It was Kim Little who got us off to a flying start from the penalty spot. Beth Mead then made it 2 before Daniela van der Donk struck on the stroke of half-time. Noelle Maritz then struck twice in the second half, quite unpredictably. For Jordan Nobbs, Viviana Miedemar, Jill Roord and Katie McCabe all got in on the action as well, as Arsenal booked their place in the quarter-finals of this competition, which will take place next season. We'll be back in October to find out who Arsenal are playing in that quarter-final stage, as Joe, you can see on the pitch, issues a final team talk to his squad. We'll be hoping to hear from the man himself not too long after the players leave the field. Until then, I'll leave you with these images. I'll speak to you again very shortly. Does have to do a post-match press conference as well, and we saw him celebrating with his team as well. Sorry, we've had to cut those images. We are operating on a one camera or a single camera basis today, so it just gives our camera operator a chance to head down to pitch side and make sure that he's in position for when we're able to speak to the Australian. But it's been a perfect send-off for Joe. Just reading through some of the comments that we've had on social media and Twitch as well. Plenty of Arsenal fans on Twitch paying tribute to Joe Montemurro, and I alluded to before the amount of players, well, not even the amount of players, every single player was involved in those messages, but just the honesty that they spoke with and the true love and affection when dealing with Joe. And more than anything, it wasn't necessarily them reflecting on their time that they'd spent with him as a coach. It was actually them talking about him as a person and just how open and honest he's been with them, and making sure that he continues to develop them in the right way, both as people and as players. You can see in the background of this graphic on your screen right now, you've got the likes of Katie McCabe, who's grown to be such a significant player on the pitch, but also she's used that experience to help her internationally as well. Louise Quinn, who's obviously gone off to play Champions League football with Fiorentina. A number of players who have spoken volumes about just how influential he's been to them. And I guess now is probably the right opportunity for us as a media team to pay tribute to Joe as well. He's been excellent with us ever since he came in. He's given us as much access as we wanted to capture as much gold in terms of the footage as possible. He's been a dream to work with, and he's always very inquisitive about what we're doing and where it's going, who's seeing it, you know, what the reason is for us filming. It's never his attempt to belittle what we're doing. It's his attempt to understand and to learn something else. So, you know, I guess on behalf of Arsenal Media, I'd just like to say thank you to Joe, and good luck to him going forward, because he's been a real pleasure to work with and is certainly going to be missed around the training ground. So like I said, we're going to be hearing from Joe very, very shortly. Until then, we're just going to take a brief break while I can get my breath back, and then we'll be right back with you. So please do stick around, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Arsenal are the Continental Cup champions of 2018.
Montemuro, the mastermind. The Gunners are WSL champions.
It's really difficult to explain because it's all about feeling. I can talk about the pride and the excitement, but the feeling to put that strip on and just to wear that badge, it was incredible. It took me a long, long time to think that this was all real. The main thing was to really focus on the project and where it was at. I'd done a lot of study and research on the players, watched a lot of games before I came here and just sort of got an idea of what was needed. And then it was about getting to work straight away because there wasn't much time. We had to salvage what we could out of the season because the start wasn't to the standard. But in doing that, instilling also the methodology and the way we wanted to play. But from my perspective, it was great because the buy-in from day one was brilliant. You know, they understood exactly what we needed to do and where we needed to take it. But I was excited by the project too, and that was the big thing. You know, and to do it at the club that you love, wow. Still got the quality. Look at that step over. Hey Dan. Yeah. This trophy really set the scene for us going forward. What I was really, really excited about this day is that it started to show signs of the way we wanted to play.
Janssen. Lifted in towards Beth Mead, might still come here to Miedema!
Yeah, I'm just getting goosebumps watching this because we knew that from here on, we'd be close to every tournament we were in. You know, that's probably the biggest thing I'm proud of, that every tournament that we're in, we're always either making the final or getting very, very close. It sort of changed the dynamics of the group and the belief. I think I was more amazed at how quickly we started to already play the style. We already started to play the way. And if you want to solidify a group nice and early, no better way than a trophy. I look back at it, I think the day after, and I go, what just happened? You know, I'm at Wembley, full stadium, we're playing in an FA Cup final, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to wake up. It was just a great showcase for football. It really was. It was a good game. You know, we had a couple of chances early on. Then in the second half, we actually, I thought, played a lot better. But in the end, you know, you're playing against, you know, the power of Chelsea when we're still in a building and development phase. You know, it was a good benchmark for us to find out where we're really at in terms of, you know, against the best team in England and one of the best teams in Europe. So it was as much as it hurt, it wasn't an overall really disappointing scenario because it was a good benchmark for us for the years to come. Pity it didn't go our way, but another proud moment just to be wearing the badge on an occasion like this. You know, this is stuff of dreams. I can't believe it. I haven't seen the footage for a while, so it's quite emotional.
Miedema, great first touch, gets the chance for the shot and takes it. Brilliant from Miedema.
When you have those occasions where you plan for it and then the rewards happen, you know, really showed the growth, really showed where we were as a team, and just the work that was done. It was fantastic. It was rewarding that we worked and trained for the areas we felt we could exploit them and go from there. And I remember, yeah, this was probably the point that we just took over, because I remember Pauline making an amazing save, which could have gone 2-1, and you know, then it's game on. And I think it was a big statement game, which probably laid the foundations for the next couple of years, which was huge for us. And as I said, I knew this year there was going to be something special happening this year, because you could just feel the work that was done and the way the players went about it was brilliant. Even on arrival, the smiles, we knew that if we did the base work, we'd get through. it was just enjoyable to just do it. You know, I'm so proud. You look at these and just every movement, every little bit of belief and bravery and taking risks. You know, the rewards were incredible.
And that's why they're champions. It's that sort of attitude that's taken them there. Arsenal have done it. Montemuro, the mastermind. Arsenal, the champions for 2019.
Look, it was an amazing occasion, and to have the crowd there and beautiful stadium, it's amazing. It's just incredible, work ethic, and the way we did it was really pleasing, and I can't thank the players and staff enough for believing in the way I wanted to play and executing and believing it. It's a real honour. This was special. It's what the club's all about. It's where we need to be. It's what we worked for. And the pride was the applause we got from the Italian journalists and the Italian football fraternity. They just said that this football we've never seen. We've never seen this type of football in the women's game. And, again, it was about style. It was about the way we did it.
Van der Donk into Kim Little. Miedema back with Little. Well, they make it look so easy.
These are the nights we're professional footballers for. These nights, goals like that. I actually think this season we were better. It was a real disappointment that the season got cut short because of the global pandemic, and I actually think this season we were playing some of our best football, better than the season when we won the league. I can't think of the amazing privilege to take your team, the team that you supported, to one of the greatest cities in the world, and then to play the football we played was something special. We've done a bit, guys, haven't we? Huh? It's been a bit of a journey.
Sorry to interrupt that while it was midstream, but we do have whispers of Joe Montemuro finally making his way to pitch side. I believe he's done with his post-match press conference now. So just while we wait for him to be ready, we just figured we'd bring you back in, and we'll let you know as soon as he is in place with Aidan Small to talk to you for the final time as our head coach. Ever since we came off air the first time round, I've been checking social media. Lots of fans agreeing with the sentiment that he is basically one of us, really. He's an Arsenal fan who's been able to live out the dream of managing his club. And he'll carry that with him for the rest of his life. And you can tell just how much pride he has every time he's asked to speak about Arsenal. He speaks with so much passion, so much endearment as well towards the club. And I know for sure that he's been missing seeing all of the supporters at these games. So this is a really nice opportunity actually for him as well as it is for us to hear from him. It's a nice opportunity for him to be able to speak to you directly, obviously via the medium of Aidan Small. But yeah, look, that's enough from me. Aidan has got Joe Montemuro pitch side, so we will head over to him and hear what he has to say. Take it away, Aidan.
Joe, your final game as head coach of the Arsenal today. What emotions are you feeling right now?
Wow, lots of things running through this head of mine in terms of the memories, the people that I've met, just the great emotions of being part of this great club, and it's sad, but look, it's something that I've made a decision for the club and going forward, and I think it's the right one, and as I said, it's tough.
When you think about the way you've been able to finish your journey here, 11 games unbeaten, Champions League football secured, and 2 Manager of the Month trophies as well, it's a nice way to leave. It's a nice way to depart from your time in North London.
Oh look, I think today's game was a really nice sort of summary game. I think we played some great stuff. The style was there, and you know, it was pretty much a sort of like a summary of all the work that's been done over the last 3.5 years. So I was really proud of everyone today, and you know, as I said, the accolades you know, are great. You know, you enjoy them, but everyone's involved. You know, the whole staff have been fantastic, and the players have been fantastic, and I'm just honoured to have been part of this great little journey.
Since you've been at the club, you've always made a commitment to attacking, exciting football, and today just another treat for the fans out there.
Yeah, look, it's you know, it was as I said, it was just a great summary game. You know, we were proactive, we were brave, we took a few risks, which was great, and we just, you know, decided when we wanted to sort of go forward. And you know, when we're controlling games like that, I think I've left the place in a good shape.
Were you able to relax at all on the touchline today and enjoy the occasion?
Oh, you don't really see me get too upset. You know, it's the days for the players, and you know, the game days for the players. It's not for me, and you know, I'm only there to support them and help them, and you know, we play with joy, and we play with a smile on our face, and that's what I want to see, and that's what I believe is synonymous with Arsenal.
I'm sure you overheard it, but our supporters club voted you as their player of the match today, Joe. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, no, I worked hard. It was a big day, and you know, I think I got it more for the scarf that the girls got me in terms of my looks than not that I'm a good looking bloke, but I got it more for that than the football. But you know, I thank the supporters. They've been amazing, and we've missed them so much. We really have missed them so much, and I think that's the sad thing for me, is that I don't get to say goodbye to them, and haven't had the opportunity to be with them over the last few months.
A real positive today as well, and I'm sure a moment that was quite special for you as well, being able to give Steph Catley her start.
Oh, look, we've, you know, everyone knows that I've worked with Steph before, and she's a player that I was excited to bring over to Arsenal, and you know, she's a fantastic role model for the game, and a great player, and I think it was just great to give her the minutes that she deserved, and you know, I think she's ready now for a national team in the Olympics, and to return for pre-season, and have a great career at Arsenal.
We've always talked about your succession planning, and we know, I guess, Joe, how much these development of players means to you, especially going forward. Yep. You know, you're no longer the head coach going forward, but how much will you look forward to seeing how those youngsters develop and kick on?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, look, obviously, you know, Anna Patton, Lotta, you know, obviously Lee is now starting to become a major sort of player, and a stable player in the squad. And you know, there's many more. I mean, Taya Goldie got a run today, and look, as I said, we've got now a spread of ages that we can start to say, okay, well, the next 3 or 4 years look pretty solid for Arsenal, and as I said, you know, you'll always lose 1 or 2, and you'll recruit 1 or 2, but I think if the base is there, if the foundations are there, I think the club is set for some fantastic times.
And just finally, Joe, we've got thousands online watching today, and wanted to celebrate this day with you. So if you could just look down the lens there, and I guess give a message to our supporters.
Wow, you've put me on the spot. Look, I've grown up an Arsenal fan, and love the club in a big way, in a way that means a lot to me, and I hope I've been able to do everything in terms of for the team and for the club, and I hope I've been able to bring a little bit of joy to the fans in terms of the way we played, but more importantly, to represent the club in the way it should be represented. So I just want to say thank you for the support, and thank you for having me at the club, and being part of this amazing family.
Thank you, Joe. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Brilliant, guys. Thank you very much. That's it.
Joe Montemurro there, retaining the class and values of Arsenal Football Club right the way through to the very end. I know that the process has already started to try and find a replacement, but I guess from our side, we couldn't believe our luck when Joe first arrived at Arsenal and we met him for the first time. This was a guy who immediately was so warm and so welcoming and so keen and passionate about sharing his ideas with us. And like I said before, he gave us the opportunity to do some incredible pieces of media work with him and film some amazing content. So yeah, I guess myself, from Aidan, from anyone in the media team, I guess, thank you so much, Joe, for being able to do that. And of course, thank you to the fans for consuming that content and giving us the opportunity to create more from such positive reviews. But I guess before we leave, all that's left to say is that's the end of Joe Montemuro's Arsenal journey. It's the end of the season for Arsenal women. So, of course, we'll be back bigger, better next season, and hopefully able to bring you more of the live broadcasts such as this one. So be sure to let us know if you've enjoyed it. I've really appreciated seeing some of the feedback on social media already. And I guess to finish off with, just to have been allowed to be part of that journey with Joe Montemuro in the past 3.5 years has been both an honour and a real privilege as well. So from Continental Cup finals to league title, record-breaking attendances at Wembley, to the Champions League football that he secured us, and not just one but 2 occasions. And that really is his big parting gift to us. I guess all we can say is thank you and good luck for the future, Joe. I know for sure that he'll be keeping a very close eye on results. Hopefully we can do you proud.
Yeah.